Welcome to a Rome 2 Total War tournament, 2 vs 2 Siege, currently in pool play. This event is hosted by OBG with a $600 prize pool. If you want to know more or take part in future events, join the Discord linked down below. This is currently just a pool play match, so players are competing for wins to get scores to go up into the playoffs. Today, as Epirus, we have Lancer, and his ally is EE, playing as Kush, moving forwards with the Rams, the Tortoise Rams, and, the siege towers and all of that. Is that a ballista shot that I saw? No, they've got a ballista over here though for Epirus. So yeah, they're moving forwards. That's Lancer and EE, and their team is called Sauron's Hand. Cool name, but they missed the apostrophe on Sauron's. So, being a bit of a grammar nerd, I'm gonna have to force that apostrophe in there. And hopefully when the main OBG guy uploads this on YouTube, hopefully he puts the apostrophe on as well, or I will be sending complaints. I'm joking, I don't actually care about that. I just saw it and I thought, yeah, let's bring that up in the commentary. Sometimes, it's difficult to find stuff to talk about at the start of a battle. It's all very similar, we've seen it all before. Then we've got as Pontus, Grykos, and his ally, as the Lusitanians, Hagi. I'll call him Hagi, it's Hageehi. I'll call him Hagi as it's easier. Their team name is Grykos the Cook. So putting a lot of faith into Grykos Pontus here. Who's gonna win? I don't know. Let's find out. So Lancer and EE attacking, Grykos and Hagi are defending. What are they doing with these siege towers here? They're not gonna block any tower shots, are they? No, so maybe they're putting these towards the walls. Or maybe they expected arrow fire. I don't know. Either way, the defenders do have a unit outside on the field, which I think this works for them. I think this is good to have here, but could quite easily get run down by that cav unit there. That heavy cav unit. Yeah, this is just light spearmen, isn't it? Yeah, medium spears. Probably wouldn't hold out against a real cav charge. The Rams are at the walls. This is a good use of siege towers here. They've got these ones blocking the arrow shots. This one's in a position where it could move forwards if I wanted to, and neutralise the gatehouse there. Remember, it's very important to neutralise this gatehouse. In the last battle, I think the last team lost because they didn't have this gatehouse neutralised, among many other issues as well. But we're seeing a slightly different playstyle, which should be really good for them here. They can push into the city through multiple routes. The ballista is shooting as well, getting some nice early kills in there. My voice is doing well so far. I took a little soother because my throat had completely died earlier. Now it's hanging in there a bit. Feels a lot soother, one could say. Not painful to talk, but it's definitely gonna kick in tomorrow. I'm gonna feel it tomorrow. It's like I'm about to get into hiking, really. And it's like you feel it the next day more than anything. Commentating is very similar. I know I'm in for a rough one tomorrow. Archers on the walls here, but they can't get many shots in because the siege towers defend most of their troops there. And are the defenders going to hold this position here, or are they going to pull back? I think they should pull back, just let the attackers take this tower. They're pulling back now, another breach has been made, just widening the gap here. They're going to take that tower, just get out of its range and you should be good. They're spectating us for defenders, and balance of power is currently even, 50-50. So we should hopefully have a good battle on our hands here. I'll triple speed it for now as nothing's really happening. We're just making breaches in the wall. This archer unit though took a lot of damage there from enemy archer fire. Almost broke from the field. They're charging into the city now. We're going 2 different ways. And okay, the defenders, maybe they're pulling back a little too much here. I'm a fan of holding this choke point and holding this point here. But yeah, they've pulled back a little too far for my liking. I like the spearmen up here though. They know how deadly some Rhodian archers, for example, could be if they make it onto this part of the wall. So I do like that move there. Just keep some spearmen there, just some cheap spears. And, okay, never mind. Are we pulling them back? Okay, never mind then. But maybe they don't think they'll actually use it. Which is, okay, then it's fair to pull back. These archers getting in position. And then having to pull back again. Yeah, that... Either have them there earlier, or just don't have them there at all. Because, yeah, they realise they were at risk. Okay, here we go. The gatehouse has already been neutralised. Didn't get that many tower shots coming through. And the attackers are now making their push. Arrows coming in from the top, or javelins I should say. They should get a load of kills, I think. Oh wait, Epirus came up here with a siege tower. I noticed that siege tower positioned at a slight angle there. And yet they're actually going to take the gatehouse here. They have forced the defenders back this far, this early on. This we've not seen in this tournament so far. So this is impressive. They've already taken the gatehouse here, so now the defenders, they have to hold this corner. They've got to hold this choke point here and this little choke point here. They've been completely pushed back. If they get pushed back any further, they lose the plaza. So at marching into the city and taking land, taking ground here, the attackers are doing such a good job. Let's just quickly view it on the tactical map. Yeah, it's so rare that we see the attackers make it this deep into the city, this early on. Usually it's just fought here, but now they're already making it this way, and these towers are shooting. So the defenders need to be careful here, they're losing men unnecessarily. Just having them sat in the water, poor guys. Not necessary at all, is it? Does the fire still burn when they go underwater? It gets put out eventually, but it does burn for a few seconds. To be fair to CA here, that's good game design. For the fire to actually go out when it hits the water, that is impressive detail. I'm actually impressed that they went through the effort to do that for this little pond. Personally, I would not have bothered. Now, if only they could get their faces right. Right, the siege towers are moving forwards now. Yeah, they're going to have to try block this tower at this point. Maybe try and neutralise it, actually. And meanwhile, they've got their archers up here. Their slingers, sorry, getting some good shots in. 28 kills already. If I was the attackers right now, I guess, yeah, you've got to keep pushing this way. But I would personally have a big push through the centre here. Big push here, that ballista's doing good work. Try capture the plaza, push through the centre, keep some troops to hold these guys back, and then flood in this way, then flood in this way, surround them on the plaza, cut them down, and then push through. I don't think I'd do anything this way. I think you've got a long enough front over here now to deal with. So it's sort of like the attacker's job to make this a plain field battle as soon as possible in a way. And yeah, to do that you need a longer front. And they've pretty much already got that positioning. And this tower is still firing for the attackers. Working for the attackers right now. The defenders, they need to pull back. But they shouldn't have pulled back originally. They should have held this gatehouse to at least keep it neutral. But they pulled back, and now they're in range of it shooting them. Now they really need to pull back. Now they don't have a choice. Like, you can hold this tower here by standing here. You don't have to go this far forwards. Otherwise, you're just going to lose more men. And look, they've got an arch unit up there. Okay, it's got 0 kills. But it could be scary. Okay, there we go. It's got its first kills coming through. They're finally firing. A very cool looking unit. What are they firing at? Okay, now they're getting some kills. Not that many. I was hoping for more kills from the archer unit. Now, are we going to see the defenders do anything with this? I don't think so. So now it's just a wasted unit that's doing basically nothing. I think that is a mistake by them. It's like, if you're going to use it, Okay, then yeah, sure, keep the unit there, move it forwards, do something with it. But if you're not going to use it, there's no point having it there. So now it's either going to have to charge forwards and just die basically, or it pulls all the way back. But by the time it gets there, then it's pretty much tired, so then it's useless. So then it's going to need time to rest, and they're moving on to the walls. They're going to try and neutralise this tower early, and I think this is a play. Yeah, just push. If you're going to push this way, you do need to neutralise this tower, and they're going for it. They're going to do it. Units are coming up onto the walls. These here will block that tower from shooting. That tower will get a few shots in, but they're starting to neutralise it. It's going down, and once this flag goes white, this tower won't shoot anymore. And then the defenders have messed up, I think. Their next point of retreat is back to here then, at that point. And then, but they could so easily just lose this tower. So then it's going to be a constant retreat back to the plaza, deeper into the city. That's why you can't lose this gatehouse, and that's why it's also so important for the attackers to neutralise and hold this gatehouse when you're pushing through this way. And look, the defenders are already breaking, that Lusitanian swordsman unit's breaking, the archers are breaking, the tower has been neutralised. They might actually start converting this tower over to their side, which would be devastating to happen right now for the defenders. Well, so I've got these troops here fighting in melee. Are they actually retreating from this? No, I think they're just rotating soldiers. But yeah, these guys are not going to hold. The towers are just going to shoot at them. Yeah, they're still getting shot at by these towers here. And still same over here as well. We're just getting peppered constantly by the towers. To be fair, the towers will sometimes get friendly fire, as we are seeing here. But for the most part, the towers will be accurate. So it is a bad move for them. Remember that we've got another battle to watch after this where they do flip sides, which should be interesting. So they do get another go in this pool play to try and beat these guys, but you know, right now I think Lancer and EE are putting up a really good fight here. Greatcross and Haggai are struggling. Okay, they've pushed through, they're pushing for the plaza now. Are they getting the... yeah, they're getting the archer up on the walls. It's already on 45 kills. I'll have to keep note of that. They are struggling here though. Very light melee infantry, Kushite slaves. Yeah, they're not going to hold. But it's more just to like hold the flank, slow them down so they don't get flanked. Whilst these archers can then get up on the walls, and then these archers can start firing at some point soon. They've neutralised this plaza. They're pushing onto the walls now. We've got more siege towers over here. I might have actually brought one of them more around this way to take out this tower. This ballista, is that getting any kills? Nope, it's on 15. Whereas this one is 166. Wow. Yeah, but it looks like they just walked into the next tower instead, which is also fine. But it does mean they won't have that much cover. And yeah, look, Epirus, they've made another breach here. I didn't notice that. So that got them, the defenders surrounded. Now they're just flooding through. They're going to capture this tower. That's going to force the defenders to have to pull back even further. But they're not going to do that. They're going to march forwards. And then that's just another tower that can shoot at them. The tower is now in the hands of the attackers. Is it going to shoot at the defenders now? Okay, yeah, I think it's shooting at these guys for now. There's still some units up here, some Pontic units. But once they break, then yeah, it's going to start shooting at them. And now they're still standing here getting shot at by... yeah, and those archers on the walls. Rhodian slingers now up to 61 kills. They're on 78. The tower... we don't see the tower, unfortunately, but that's probably on about 100 kills. Maybe I'm exaggerating a bit, more like 50 kills, but still it's not really taking up any ammo, it's all free. These guys up here, 52 kills, yeah, they're gonna dominate them. They're gonna get so many good shots in, and there's nothing the defender can do. Actually, there is, keep that spearman up here. That spearman that was here about 2 minutes ago, oh, more like 10 minutes ago, keep it here. You wouldn't have this problem. Or at least keep one infantry unit here that can go up here onto the wall and take it out. And yeah, they're bringing this guy back into the settlement now, but he's going to take the rest of the game to get here, and when he does, he's going to be tired, so that's all pointless. I think the attackers have this. Alright, we've got some chariots. Scythe chariots. These got a lot of kills last time I saw them, like 700. So they really need this chariot unit to do something here. This is their final hope, I think. And they do get a good charging through the infantry there, not taking any losses yet. Okay, they're messing up the formation. That's what this chariot unit is about right now. Mess up the formations, a bit of the infantry, and you could really kill a load of Kushites here. But you've got to be careful because it's such a valuable unit. If you lose this, if you waste this unit, you're in a bad spot there. Not taking any losses yet, and yeah, look at the kills just ticking up here. Already at 40. They're about to pull back, get up to 50. Yeah, they're on 50, still 0 losses. These chariots are doing so well. That was a good play by the defenders to get these. Already on 70, 80. 80 kills on the chariots. This is going to put them to 90, I think. And they're still on 0 losses. This is the unit of their army, basically. The cavalry are charging them now. You've got to pull out with these scythe chariots. You don't want to get caught in prolonged melee combat. It's just a quick charge in, charge out type. And yeah, they've lost 1, 2, 3. Oh no, it's routing. They're down to the final 3 chariots. They lost 9 of them. They got they're dead. Right, well, they've routed from the field. They got 114 kills there. But I've seen them get up to like 700 before. That was, you know what? They got a lot of kills, but well played by the attackers there for focusing them down with the archers. What happened to the archers? What happened? How did they all die that quickly? I don't know. But either way, they were focusing down with their archers, those chariots. And yeah, well played by them. Well done to the defenders though, for somehow, Eastern Archers here, 163 kills. Somehow must have absolutely butchered those guys. Unless they brought them down off the wall. Yeah, so they probably lost some men. I thought this was 120 men dead, but no. Most likely, they lost about 20 men here, and then they brought the rest of the squad down here. And now they're shooting back. Okay, that makes more sense. Has any side lost a general yet? No. No side's lost a general. Meanwhile, over here... Yeah, that's why you bring a siege tower around. You could have neutralised this tower by this point. This tower instead is just shooting at them. Getting a load of kills. Bring a siege tower around, you wouldn't have this issue. This ballista's made it to 48 kills, 50 kills. That's good for them. This tower is not actually doing damage. Oh, okay, it might be getting some hits here. Yeah, okay, never mind, I take that back. But it's not shooting into this pile here. So the defenders are right to push here for now. Meanwhile though, this gatehouse tower in the middle, still working for the attackers, still shooting at Pontus, and still getting loads of kills. It must be at 100 kills now, that tower. And the attackers are capturing a plaza. This we so rarely see, but this is what happens when you give up so much ground so early on in the battlefield. And now the attackers will take this plaza. They have to charge in their general just to try and neutralise it here. But it's not going to be enough. And they're going to lose a load of men on their general there, just having loads of javelins thrown at them. Did he die in that? No, he survived that somehow. And there we go, the attackers. They've taken it. Balance of power, about 30% in favour of the defenders, 70% in favour of the attackers. I think the attackers have it. They've got the plaza, they've got the towers. They're just like pushing them in now, they're sandwiching them in. The towers are still shooting, getting so many free kills. Pontus trying to make a push over here with their swordsman, their pelter, sorry. They will probably win this, but then so what? You're gonna walk in range of the towers again to try and capture them. It's like, I don't think it's gonna be enough. How many kills did the ballista get? 166 versus the defender one getting 54. Yeah, I think this battle's pretty much over. Well done there to the attackers, very well played. And they're going to break that unit now. They're going to kill all the generals, they're going to push deeper into the city, and yeah, that was a good win for them. Again, and I've got to stress this, it was losing the gatehouse that did it. I think it was all that gatehouse. If they'd held on to that, they might have had a chance. But no, if you're going to give up that gatehouse, you give up the game. Right, let's quickly check the stats here. So, these are the defenders. Their slingers did really well. Baleriac slingers. Very good for Lusitania. The swordsman, it's just a spam of swordsmen, isn't it? Some of them doing okay, some of them not doing okay. And then Pontus here, the chariots should have done so much more. Everything else was pretty much trash. The pelters did well, the archer unit did well, the archer did well. But overall, not that good. Ben Kush here, 264 on that infantry unit, that's good. The rest are in the hundreds pretty much on average. 200 kills there on the ballista, 176. 200 on the Cretans, 200 on the Rhodians. If I was to play this, I would go Epirus. I like what I've seen with Epirus, especially with their Cretans and Rhodian slingers. And the mercenary Samnites as well getting a lot of kills. And their infantry's fairly decent as well. Although that being said, we didn't get to see much from their Axeman levies, but oh well. And yeah, in terms of KD, really well done to the attackers there. Yeah, like look at these losses here. You can actually somewhat see the damage done by towers. Let's actually quickly calculate this. So that's gonna be 4,000 kills they've got, but they lost 4,700. So you could say that 700 deaths that are tower related or friendly fire, but most of those would probably be towers. Wow, that's a lot. And that's why you don't want to lose that gatehouse on that map. Either way, we're switching it round now on to Battle 2. And yeah, Epirus, a fan favourite in this tournament, I think. Epirus is back. Epirus is controlled by Haggai, and the Novations are controlled by Grykos. Under the team, Grykos the coach. Defending, we now have the last guys. We have EE playing as the Numidian faction, and we have Lancer playing as the Armenian faction, although we can't see them yet as we are spectating from the attackers. Balance of power 50-50. Let's just get this started and see what they are going to do. Alright, here we go. Alright, big charge outside. First of all, siege towers moving forwards. You gotta get that gatehouse. I talked about it a lot in the last one. You gotta go for it. Rams moving forwards as well. That glitch is always there on this map, it seems. And the ballistas are shooting. Where are the ballistas shooting? I'll cover that soon. I want to see where... Are these ballistas shooting at the tower? Looks like missile cav charging out. We don't have to focus on that yet. Come on, ballistas. Reload. Yeah, put your backs into it. Come on. Oh, fine. I'll check them out later. Yeah, so we've got missile cav over here. Getting a few shots in. A few early kills. Then we've got some other cavalry. And oh, wow. They're bringing out a lot of troops. Nope, ballista. Don't want to fire. Did they fire at the wall? Or did they fire at the tower? Or just randomly into the settlement? It looked like they were firing at the wall, which I was wanting to comment, like, why would you do that? But nah. Maybe they were just firing randomly into the city. Either way, charging out here, we have Armenia, controlled by Lancer. And I do like this. I really like this push here. Turning it into a field battle. Really catches the attackers off guard. And yet, in the city here, we have the Numidians controlled by EE. Gonna take the high ground, gonna push his infantry forwards. Is this his entire army? Yeah, it's got to be, right? Yeah, we're looking at like 20 units there. I like it. So now the attacker having to try and set up somewhat defensively here, but they're gonna just take the mountains of the hills with their missile cavalry, get some free shots in, and just get a lot of kills. But the question is, can Numidia hold on their own against basically two powers pushing in? It is a race, really. These guys have to get round here and do a lot of damage, fighting this on the field, before these guys can get into the city and take a decent chunk of land. It's a race against time. Both are just pushing for it. And look how far the missile cavalry's got already. I think... okay, this I don't like. I don't like little charges out like this at the gatehouse here. Every time I see it, the unit gets butchered. Look how far the missile cavalry's got there. 0 kills yet though. Infantry, are you... Yeah, they're tired. That's something you've got to be careful about, because they've got to run to get here in time to be effective. But now they're going to be tired. What are these guys doing? So, they're slowing them down basically, allowing the towers to get more shots in, allowing the archers to get more shots in. Usually this does not work. Here I think it is working. That unit there though might be overinvestment. Like they've lost 60 men, they've killed 30. That's fairly even. But the towers are shooting more, the archers are shooting more, it helps them defend the gatehouse, which is so important. So I don't hate it too much here, but just don't overinvest. Yeah, they're docking troops here now, they're going to neutralise the gatehouse. Imagine if one of these units was here instead, and just stopped that completely. I think that would have been a much better play. And there we go, they're neutralising it. Wait, no, sorry. I thought these guys were the attackers, because I saw that this drop here, and then I saw units running this way. No, my bad, okay. These guys are the attackers, yeah. These guys are the defenders. Some of these battles can get a bit messy sometimes. But yeah, see what I mean here? They're starting to drop very quickly, and they're not getting the kills to match it. This unit here should have a lot more kills. A higher KD there. Remember, red banner around it is the defender. And here we go, the battle on the field is about to begin, but these guys are fresh, and the defenders are very tired. So they're going to get cut down, and you can see they just instantly start getting slaughtered. I do like it. It's fun. It's fun to watch. It's fun to commentate when players do stuff that's different. Sometimes it works, sometimes it catches them off guard, but I don't like how it's looking so far, simply because of how tired they are. Meanwhile, over here, yeah, that unit got ran down by the cavalry, so that's one unit that got 63 kills, not that bad for light infantry, but is now completely dead. This unit here, this unit has 40 deaths, 40 kills, pretty much. But this unit should have done so much more if it was inside the city. And the cavalry, have they done a charge from? No. Okay, just pull him past. Oh, general versus general, charging in there, reinforcing cavalry coming in. This is risky by both sides. But both sides have reinforcements nearby. The Nabatian cavalry lost 20 men, 0 kills. The Armenian cavalry has only lost 1 man in that charge. They definitely had the better cavalry there, but they are having to pull back now because it started to get a bit shaky there. They don't want to take any unnecessary risk. But both generals survived. Meanwhile, the missile cav unit's back there, and this battle is so hectic. Yeah, get your general out of there. Most of them are. Yeah, there we go. It should be fine. Yeah, and we can see here the Armenians are breaking. I think they are tired, they're taking a big beating here. Maybe they were better inside. I don't know. It's like you got to come out of this city from all the way here. I mean, you got to walk all the way around here. It takes too long. If the gatehouse was here, it's understandable to do something like this. But it just took too long. Balance of power still even though. The gatehouse has been neutralised. They got that done. I like to see that they've got a lot of reserve infantry back here though. That's always good to see. They're trying to force their way through this choke point. A problem for the attackers though is they've only made 1 breach. Like, into 1 choke point. Usually they're best, well, they can't really push that way. But like make a couple of breaches here, that way these units are forced to stand here, forced to stand back, and then eventually you will push through this way because you've got the numbers, and then you can take the towers, take the plaza, and then you win it. But yeah, it's like if you're only done with one opening, you just leave yourself to get crushed in the choke point. That being said, though, these players do have a lot to focus on right now. General dead for the innovations. Oh, that's not good for the dark red player. Really not good. The attackers took a brutal blow there, and now the morale is pretty much even, I think, on this side. So they did what they came out to do. Now can we get enough damage in here to help out the defender? I don't know, there's the other defender, the Numidian one, bringing the cavalry out alongside some other units that are fighting on the field. Really risky here, but if it works, then it works really nicely. This battle is still like very even. Balance power is ticking in favour of the attackers, but I think it's really 50-50 right now. Although that being said, like what is left of the Armenians here? Compared to the army that they brought out here, they've got really nothing left. So now it's going to quickly become a 2 versus 1, although that 2 is a very weakened 2, with a dead general on one side. So I really don't think this was worth it. Like, yeah, you killed the general, you did damage, but like, was it worth it? Let's just hover over some units here. 120 deaths, 20 kills. 110 deaths, yeah, 120 deaths actually, 53 kills. 40 deaths, 50 kills. 60 deaths, 70 kills. About 80 deaths, 60 kills. I don't think it was worth it. Statistically, I don't think it was worth it, and I have no idea where that missile cav unit went. And now the Numidians need to be careful because their general's out here. Still alive, but he is out here at risk. That being said, they've got a pretty good hold on the settlement. They've retaken this gatehouse, they've retaken this tower. This is good for them. They've got this tower. I think the attackers have over-invested into fighting the Armenians here. They should have kept some more units in the city to take that tower. So what we're going to see is the Armenians get pretty much destroyed, and then we're going to have basically a restart to this siege, where it's going to be a 2 weakened ones versus the Numidians. Now I'll quickly show it on the tactical map here. Red is the defender, although it is very difficult to tell that is the case, and yellow is the attacker. And oh, they've really got a good sandwich here. I love a good sandwich. This is why we need to view the tactical map. This right now is a mess, but when you zoom in here, it really looks in favour of the red team, the defenders. Although that being said, some units are breaking, so maybe not as much as you'd think. Ooh, forming into square formation. Interesting move. But then we just throw their missiles at you. Yeah, so they're gonna get butchered. Yeah, they actually break those innovations. It really doesn't help that their general's dead. Meanwhile, Armenia over here pretty much lost everything in this manoeuvre. Was it worth it? We'll have to wait and see. This arch unit on the wall there I bet is getting a lot of kills. And now this tower has been reactivated again, I bet that's getting a lot of kills as well. So that's going to be really good for the defenders. They've still got their cav unit outside, they've cleaned up this mess here. Got a couple more units to get rid of there. And then the battle basically resets and becomes a normal siege again, now that the field part of the battle is over. And the Numidians maybe need to pull back inside the settlement a bit. Play this a bit more defensive. It's a 1v2 now, but the numbers might just work out for them, especially with the towers shooting. Yeah, especially when it's shooting from all 4 angles like this. Shooting that way and that way, even getting some shots in this way at this one. Okay, there we go, they've broke that unit. Are they bringing their general? Right, they've brought their general back a bit. Meanwhile over here, this Armenian unit trying to counter this. They don't want another breach being made over here. Understandable, they're just defending this ram. Oh, it's such a close battle. They're bringing the siege tower forwards. So yeah, you got to get these slingers out of here now. You know what? They've taken 4 hits, and they've got 90 kills. They've done their job, but you got to get them out of there now. Sadly, they are going to get caught. They didn't retreat fast enough. Should have got them out of there another 5 seconds earlier. But oh well, I don't think it'll be too devastating. I'm assuming they were starting to run out. Yeah, I'm assuming they were starting to run out of ammo at this point, so I think it was fine. And then, yeah, the defender becomes the defender again, and the battle pretty much stalemates. The attackers got to pull back now, because they need to get their breath back. They're absolutely exhausted after that. So they need to get their breath back, get back to being fresh, and then they can restart this siege. That's the restart that I was talking about earlier. They need to rethink this, because yeah, that really messed them up a bit. They've still got a decent amount of troops left. Numidian, just bring your general inside. He's not going to do anything. It's too much risk having him out there. And they've held the walls as well, with a bit of archer support. And now all I can do is sit in triple speed because nothing's happening. The attackers have had to completely pull back to the mountains and just have a bit of a breather here. I think we've got 1 Armenian unit left, yeah. I think this is the final Armenian unit. General dead for these guys. And this Numidian cavalry. Not gonna do much, I don't think. Bring them in the city. There's no point risking such a morale debuff here. They've destroyed the tower with the ballista. I think that was the right move at this point. I think you really need to take those towers out. They are being shot at by arrows, but they're in Testudo, so they should be alright. Yeah, are they even getting any kills there? Nah, doesn't look like it for the most part, so that was a waste of ammo for the attackers. Shooting at these guys might actually be a better use of it. And here we go. I think we're charging in now. And here we go. The battle restarts. We just needed like 8 minutes there just to chill a bit. Which is completely understandable. Armenia pushes forwards, trying to get some final kills. I think this unit at this point would have been better in the city. Like holding down the choke point, but oh well. Balance of power, 50-50 pretty much. Okay, when is my food ready? Right, 20 minutes. Yeah, we're fine. We've got 20 minutes. And they're trying to push in heavy attackers, but I don't think they're going to do much. I don't think they're going to do it. Because the Novatians' morale is just so low at this point. And they lack infantry. It's all archers pretty much. So if I was the defender, I'd actually pull back a little bit, force them to draw themselves in, and then you can fight the archers in the choke point. But depends what the players want to go for. Maybe they just want to finish it quickly now. Just a random pile of dead bodies. What happened here? Oh, gotta be careful. Yeah, you don't want to lose your general. That would be a tragedy right now for the Numidians. The Numidians need their general alive, because they're going to win this on morale and tower fire. So they really need their general alive to be able to pull that off. Just pull him back inside the settlement. You don't need him all the way out there. But no, they just want to risk it. They want to, like, play that extra risky game, because you never know. They might find 1 or 2 archer units loose that we can just quickly charge into, wipe off the map, and then pull out of the battlefield. But it's a risky game to play, that one. Just pull back inside the city, please. Nope, they're going back out for more. Final 10 minutes of a battle. Honestly, I don't know who's going to win this. I think the attackers could still do it. You gotta remember though, the defenders could have reserve troops. I don't see how many units have got in there. So there could be a lot more, just deeper inside the city. And the attackers need to bear that in mind. Are these towers shooting? No, but look at all the dead bodies I can see. It's going all the way up there, dead bodies everywhere. Fire everywhere as well. More dead bodies down there. Dead bodies making it over here. How did people die over here? Ah, yeah, there was like a unit retreating this way, wasn't there? And the cavalry caught it. Yeah, okay. I remember now. The attacker's not moving, right? We've got to triple speed it because neither side wants to commit to anything right now. Okay, they're throwing a load of their arrows in, probably getting some kills on them. I don't know why the defender's still here. Now that I think about it, without this tower, you don't need to defend this area, do you? Now pull back behind the wall, you'll be safer there. The attackers have been able to take this part of the wall. But to be honest, so what? I don't know what this is going to serve at this point, unless you're going to use it to capture these towers. That could be a good play. You've got the numbers, I think. It's mostly trash, but you have the numbers. And the charge on in. And the push begins, okay. They're going to fight this on the wall. And they're going to push this way as well, but they've got to deal with this gatehouse now, which is going to get a lot of tower fire in from both towers. So that's shooting at double speed, basically. Or double power. And then the Numidian legionaries, they countercharge the desert levy and they will cut them down. Yeah, very light melee infantry has nothing on desert legionaries. That was a good move by Numidia. Just, okay, walk up there, just take them out, and then probably pull back down at some point as well. Although the attackers do have a foothold in this region here. Good, the general's back inside, good. And he survived. Epirus still has his general, the Novatian general is still dead. Obviously. He hasn't come back alive at any point. Are they? Ooh, interesting, they're coming out of here to fight that unit. I'd have brought them out here, had them line up, and then made the push. Personally. Balance of power ticking in favour of the attacker. This I did not expect to see. It's favouring the attackers right now. They could still do it then. Although personally I think they just don't have enough infantry. Once they wipe out these final few pockets of infantry and kill the Epirate general, then it's just archers left and they're just going to fall apart. Epirus is already falling apart. They're bringing forward another man for some reason. But the Numidians don't really have that many troops. Looking at it here, they are running out of men, but the men they do have are desert legionaries and cavalry. They are in the better position. Epirus' general's here. A decent unit, but he's getting hit from all sides. They're trying to get as many javelins in here as possible to kill that general. I don't know if they're going to be able to do it though. The cavalry charge out again. Okay, now it makes sense. Now that we've got most of their armies in the city, now it makes sense to have cavalry out here. But don't charge for spearmen. Okay, it sort of worked for them, but you gotta get out of there now. You don't want to lose your general stupidly on something like this. Yeah, you might break a spearman. Okay, good. But you will take a lot of hits. General's still alive. Get him out of there. Get him out of there. You can win this without that, I believe. Oh, you don't want to retreat that way into the city. No, that's instant death. Okay, the Numidian general doing really well. He's brought another spare unit. But he's having to pull out again now because it is a really dangerous situation. He is playing with fire by doing this. The Desert Legionaries are here. They should, in theory, easily cut down the archers here. Yeah, archers in melee versus Desert Legionaries. The Legionaries should win. But a big decider of this battle is Numidia versus Epirus. Whose general is going to fall first? Epirus's is in danger. Numidia's is fine for now. But you know how risky he is with that general. Who is playing Numidia? EE. Okay, that makes sense. Epirus's general is breaking. They're still happy their general's nearby, but if he flees the field, it's not going to look good. And they're trying to cut him down. The archers are fleeing. The Epirate general It's coming down to the wire. Balance of power though, ticking in favour of the attackers. Somehow favouring the attackers here. Let's view the final tactical map look. I don't understand how it thinks the attackers have a chance here. Unless it's bugged. I think we've seen it before where it's got it on the wrong side sort of thing. Could be possible. Yeah, but they're done a charge here. That's gonna break that arch unit and then we can charge outside of the city. Like, what do the attackers actually have left? Apart from just missile units that are now fighting in melee. Nothing. Nothing that can stand up and actually kill legionaries. Recently, that dead general for Epirus and the Numidian general still alive, having to pull back into the city bar. This has to go to the defenders, surely. But balance of power is still fairly even now, 50-50. What is it valuing here? The Greek ballista have only got 26 kills. That's a shame. Oh, look at all the dead bodies on the field. On the mountains here. That feels like an hour ago. It does feel like an entirely different battle at this point. Chasing them down, they're all getting chased down. Surely it's got to be over soon. Come on, just wipe them out. Why is the balance power still 50-50? The defenders have this. They're down to their final 3 units. The ballista's not gonna do anything. And they're up against Desert Legionaries and heavy cavalry. Unless these Rhodian slingers are just really, really good in melee. Melee attack 14 versus 50. There we go, they've been engaged now. Balance of power. Alright, now it's starting to tick to the defenders. Now it's starting to realise. Okay, now it favours the defenders. This is absolutely ridiculous. That balance of power was completely off there. And it still is. It should be like 1% now. Alright, there we go. Now it gives it to them. Well done EE and well done Lancer, representing Sauron's head there. Not Sauron's head, Sauron's hand. Epirus there by Haggai. Nothing's really standing out, but then again it was a weird battle. The cavalry for the Novations did really well, but then again it was a field battle, so I would expect it to do well. The ballista's really disappointing. The infantry getting a lot of kills, especially those hoplites. And then we got the Numidians there putting up a really good defence with those Desert Legionaries. 258 kills there, 249, 206. And the rest of them doing well as well. The light infantry's doing great. Everything did great for Epirus. Oh, sorry, the Numidians. And then we've got the Armenians there, not getting many kills. Yeah, 1,260 kills, 2,000 losses. Wow. But somehow they still won it, because the Numidians there got 2,700 kills. And of course the towers helped as well for the defenders. The Novations got so many kills compared to losses. But Epirus just couldn't do anything at the end. They were just too weak. They couldn't make the push into the city. So unfortunate. Oh well. Anyway, check out the OBG Discord linked down below in the description, where you can take part in future events like this. This is pool play and they are competing for a total of $600 as the prize pool. But anyway, for now, hope you enjoyed and goodbye.